and it's been a one pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege connecting with you all throughout the world. I want to tell you that welcome to this wonderful platform, and being the first to speak, thank you for the privilege, Dr. Maha. I have a book that I'm keeping stocks of everybody that I give my product to. So I do follow up on anybody that I personally give the product to. In 1 year in this business, I gave product to 105 associates to become a Ruby leader, 105. And I have track records of everybody I have given the product to. So I'll kickstart by telling you how I got involved with Superlife. As a medical doctor, I used to work for 2 hospitals to earn extra income, including my salary, because of the responsibilities I had as the first child in the family. And because of that, I developed some severe back pain, and then I decided to take medicine for the back pain. The medicine I was taking had a side effect of stomach ulcer. And so when I got my stomach ulcer, I stopped taking the pain meds and I was only on physiotherapy, because taking the pain meds was giving me stomach ulcer in addition. So when I got hold of STC30, I used it for myself, and I used the product for 1 month, and miraculously, the stomach ulcer got resolved, and then also the back pain got resolved. Because of that, I had the confidence to suggest the product to a patient I first treated who had a skin reaction to drug, because this was a patient who did not know that he had a condition called toxic erythematous necrolysis. And those particular patients, when they take products that they are allergic to, the body reacts. It can even be food that they may not know that their body is allergic to, or drugs that they may not know the body is allergic to. So this patient came to my hospital, and so the first point of call was to call a dermatologist, a specialist in skin problem. And the woman came to see the extensive nature of the reaction from head to toe. Almost 80% of the body had reacted. And so I suggested if we could add the supplement STC30 to the patient steroids that we're going to manage the patient on. And miraculously, within just 15 days, the healing was fantastic. And that was one of the motivations I had to take the product to several people's offices. Now, I would want to also kick off by saying that I remember going to a place in Ghana called Sogakope. It's in Volta region of Ghana. I spoke about the product, particularly on the testimony of my patient with the skin lesion and also on my back problem. There was a man in the office who is the PRO of the Ghana Water Company Limited. He was looking for a child, and he took the product. Just 3 months, he called me that the wife got pregnant. As a doctor, I wanted evidence, so it was not something I was sharing until 9 months later when the woman delivered. Apparently, the woman delivered in March 2020. So with that testimony, we have about 2 Superlife babies in my team, Action Dominators team, that I can attest to it. If you go to Ghana Water Company in Ghana, look for Mr. Gossen Plebo. He's one of my business partner, a super associate, and he has a baby through Superlife STC30. Now, miraculously, because of what Gossen's wife had experienced when the wife got pregnant, his boss, Mr. Osman Safiano, who I believe is part of this platform, Osman was so amazed that Gossen, his colleague worker, wife got pregnant. So he also took the product, and the wife also got pregnant. And Osman too was looking for a child. So with the product testimony on fertility, I have 2 people in my team that can attest to it. Then we started moving from places to places, church, banks, and then the testimonies kept coming. So we have a pastor in Agbozume in the Volta region who suffered from gout and arthritis. Gout is pain to the knee. Arthritis can be in the joints, even in the fingers. And this woman couldn't even wash her own clothes because of the painful nature of the arthritis. We gave STC30 to the woman, and miraculously, this woman was so amazed. Then the next testimony is on a gentleman who is also in Aflao. He is the deputy director of the education department. His name is Michael Kwogu. He suffered from an eye condition called pterygium. It's a mesh on the eye, and it is only removed surgical by an optometrist. So he went for health clinical checkup, and they said he needed to be booked for surgery. This man was afraid of operation, so he chose to wear dark spectacle to hide the mesh in the eye called pterygium. And upon using STC30, now the pterygium went away without surgery. So he's been an active advocate. As I speak to you now, because of the testimony of that pterygium alone, he has earned close to about $4,000. It's just left with $1,000 to hit a leader rank. And Mr. Ekwabu is so passionate about the product STC30. So whenever there's shortage, the office gets pressure because the people who have used the product cannot wait and do not accept the fact that there's no product. The next person I'm going to share with you is someone who is a retiree, and he suffered from a condition called vertigo. That is inability to maintain balance, and the vertigo was secondary to diabetes. Your sugar level is high, can affect your balance, and this man had early retirement as a teacher because of the condition that he wasn't able to control his sugar level. Apparently, diabetic patients suffer from symptoms such as polyuria. They urinate very often. They also suffer from nocturia. In the evening, before they wake up early morning, they might have woken up about 4 or 5 times to also urinate. And this man didn't know that the product was working until he had an erection at night, because for 60 years, he never had erection. Sorry, at 60 years, he never had erection because of how long the diabetes was affecting his health. But early dawn, around 4 p.m., upon being on the product for about 2 weeks, he had an erection, and he realized that the product was powerful. He went to check his sugar level, and miraculously, it had moved from 33 to about 17 millimole per liter, and that was magnificent. So he was so much appreciative that he wanted to know how he wanted to know through whom the product got to him in his place. So they gave him my number, and he called to thank me. So I would like to tell you that through this opportunity, you are not only going to offer wealth to people, you're also going to offer health. A lot of people also have challenges talking to medical doctors because doctors are moved by evidence. They want clinical trials. They want websites that publications have been made. They don't want these testimonies we share. I beg you, there are 4 categories of people you are going to meet in this business. One of the category is called the analyst. They want details. They want information. If you waste your time on these people, they want certification before they do things. Even if we provide to them the Food and Drug Board certificate, they are not even convinced enough. So I want to tell you that the testimonies are more. One of my last testimony I would share with you is on a partner that I care about a lot. And this guy, I went to the same senior high school with him. I finished secondary school in 2004. And from 2004 to 2020, I've never set an eye on this gentleman. And for 8 years, he suffered from a throat pain. He has been to hospitals, done endoscopic scan, and they couldn't identify what was wrong with his throat. Always he was given vitamin C and pain medicine, and it really, really affected my friend. So on one occasion, a WhatsApp administrator of our secondary school WhatsApp group decided that if anybody has an opportunity that he wants to share, they should just allow it on the platform. And I shared what STC30 has done for me and for others. And then the administrator connected with me that our mate, Akria Mwabwachin in Sunyane, had been suffering for 8 years for his throat pain. And I was amazed that I didn't know this condition. And this is a colleague of mine for almost about 12 years. I've never set eye on, and he has been struggling for 8 years. Quickly, we arranged and sent Akiyama 1 pack of the product, STC30, which he took for only 15 days. Miraculously, Akiyama sent me a thank you message because he saw an improvement on what STC30 is doing for him. The pain had remarkably reduced significantly. So I want to tell you that the product we have is something that is going to change a lot of people's health. So have faith and confidence in what you are giving to others. Thank you, Dr. Maha, for this wonderful platform. God bless you. Victory Namake, Victory Nicham.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ofori. That is Dr. Ofori did a good kickstart on the product. How